Hi, Destiny Squad. How are you doing today, Destiny family? Are you guys feeling the heat? Are you feeling the heat? I don't know what things are like in your neck of the woods, but in my neck of the woods, it is warm. It is pretty warm. It just reminds me of the song. I don't know if you remember it. Ole, 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 feeling hot, feeling hot. I don't know if you remember that song, but that is just to tell you how warm it is. Anyway, I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you have had a good day, apart from the heat, of course. I hope that you have had a good day. I hope that you're looking for the weekend as usual. And of course, you know by now that whenever it is Friday, it means that we have a relationship video. Over the past week, we have been getting hearing about situations from men. This week, this situation is from a lady. Before I even go into this, I must say thank you so much for your support, guys. The channel is growing. I can see that we are now at 5,000 family members strong. Yes! Cheers all around to everybody. Thank you so much for sharing. And of course, thank you so much as well for your support, guys. It is much appreciated. Okay, let me get to work. I know why you are here. I know you're not here to listen to me talking about everything else, the heat and everything, and not talk about the situation that we have. So, okay, let me get to work. Okay. So this situation is from a young lady. So as usual, what we're going to do is that we're going to listen to the situation, and I'm going to try to just give some suggestions and things. So here we go from this lady. My husband treats me like a skivvy. To be honest, I had to look up that word, skivvy, and I see, because I'm not sure if I've ever heard that word before. So I looked it up, and it means a female slave who does menial work. So here we go again. My husband treats me like a skivvy. If I don't do the housework the way he likes it, he won't let me have any money. He won't let me have any money. After 6 years of marriage, I've had enough. I am 40 and he is 45. And we have 2 boys, one 12 and one 10. He has never lifted a finger to help me and refuses to even make a cup of tea. As far as he's concerned, housework, cooking, and children are women's work, my job, which means my job. He pays me, listen to that, family, he pays me if he thinks I've done well. He has really old-fashioned attitudes about men and women's role. I've tried talking to him, but he refuses to engage. I feel so miserable and alone. I've never told anyone else because it is too humiliating. I understand. But now I know I need to leave before I have no self-esteem left. The problem is I haven't had a proper job for years. And if I leave, I don't know how we would manage financially. And even though he treats me like a slave, my husband is a good dad to his boys and they love him. Whoa. 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 Lady, just wow. Okay. So let me pull it apart. Let's pull it apart, Destiny family. Ladies, I'm going to say it even before. Ladies, not just ladies, men, ladies, you need to have your own. You need to have your own. In these days, you need to have your own, right? I have listened to what you have said, Miss, where you are saying he gives you money if he thinks that you have done a good job. You have also said that you have not worked in years. Now, I understand that, in some cultures, once you have had children of a certain age, then it's cheaper for you to stay home with them. In some cultures, for example, if I should tell you, in the Caribbean culture, you are given 3 months maternity leave, and afterwards you find your butt back to work. I understand in other cultures that is not practical because the cost of childcare is really expensive. So that is why some people have made that decision. Now, what could have, should have happened does not matter now, right? As far as you being independent or having a job, have something going for you, that does not matter now, because you are in a situation right now where you are not feeling comfortable. You have been married for some years, and this has been the situation for a number of years. What that is telling me is that perhaps you have not said if things changed during marriage or if he was always like this. Because from the number of years that you said that you have been married, it tells me that you have been together before and you have at least one of your child before marriage. So I am now wondering if this did not show up, while you were courting, if you did not see like these, if you did not see his attitude, didn't you know, if you did not know of his attitude towards, women's role, what's the woman's role and what is the man's role. It is true that some people are really hard and fast in their belief as to what is a man's role and what is a woman's role. That is true. Some people are like that. I am trying to go through it to see if he goes out. Let me see. So I'm just going. He has never lifted a finger to help me and refuses to make a cup of tea. Okay. So the fact that he is the one giving the money tells me that he is the one who is working. Households are very different. Somehow, in some households, if one person goes out to work, then the person who goes out to work does not necessarily help in the house, right? They don't do the household chores or anything like that. So it is like an individual decision. It's a decision, a couple's decision. The part that is a bit concerning is the part where you said that he gives you money only if he thinks that you have done a good job. Now, if you are staying home, which I know that is the situation, you're staying home because of both of your children. You're taking care of the children. So it's not a matter of him paying you to do something, because the way that he is doing it, it's as if he is paying you, like he's doing you a favor. I would say, Miss or Mrs., this is actually financial abuse, withholding money like this in this situation where it's a couple where you are working together, where the understanding is that one stays home, take care of the households, one goes out. If one person is withholding money like that, it is financial abuse, and you need to have a serious conversation with your husband. But from what you have said, it doesn't sound, it seems as if this has been going on for some time. And I can understand why you are saying that, it is affecting your self-esteem, which is why you think that you need to get away from this situation. I have always noticed as well where you said that he is a good dad to the boys. In some situation, ladies use that as an excuse. It's as if you're excusing his behavior to say, yes, he has done X, Y, Z, but in all that, I don't want you to look at him bad because he is good in one area. So I really hope that you have not included the final part about him being a good dad to the boys so as to excuse his behavior. And one would argue as well, if he is a good dad, why would he be withholding money? Don't you use the money to take care of the household as well? Don't you use the money that he's withholding? Isn't that the money that you use to buy things for the boys as well? So you have to be very careful in the way that you word things as well, because it could come across as if you are making an excuse for his behavior. Clearly you are not happy, and what I would suggest is that, okay, you have tried to talk to him about it, he is not engaging. So it means that between you cannot work it out by yourself. So you probably need someone else to help you to put your side across to your husband, just to let him know exactly how his action makes you feel. You probably would want to speak to you notice I'm always talking about mediation. I'm always talking about counseling, because when people cannot work things out, there are some things that couples just can't work out on their own, only because they, once when one person started talking, then the other person gets involved, start talking at the same time, and before you know it, it turns out into a full-blown argument. When you have a mediator, with mediation, one person will get to talk and the other person listens. So there are times when you cannot work things out on your own. In this situation, I definitely would get mediation. Why I would get it? Because it is serious. You're being abused in a way where you probably have gotten so accustomed to it that you have not even realized that this is some form of abuse that is going on. It also comes across as if now that I know what the word skivvy, who is a skivvy, right? I do understand from your explanation, it does come across as if you're being treated that way as well, because you're saying he only gives you money if he thinks that you have done a good job. So it means that it is just based on his judgment. Otherwise, the money will be withheld. So I am now thinking, if you are not feeling well one day to the point where you are not able to carry out certain jobs according to his standard, right? His definition, his standard of what is doing a good job and not doing a good job, then it probably means that you do not get any money. You probably are working even when you are sick, so as to please your husband. That is not love, right? I can tell you that is not love. If you're only getting something when he thinks that you have done something good, you have done a good job, that is his definition of good. Who says that his definition is the right definition of, or if his standard is the right standard? Perhaps that's what you need to think about. And like I have said, It's clear that you are not satisfied, you are not feeling good about this treatment. It's clear that you don't want for it to continue. Otherwise, you would not be thinking about, separating, right? Because it tells me that you are really, really not happy with that situation. But every couple have their own problems, and I would say before you do anything, I would suggest mediation. Mediation will actually enable you to put your point across. It doesn't mean that the next person will necessarily listen and follow through with anything that goes on in the mediation, but at least you have given the person, you have put your side across. If after you have tried mediation, if nothing works, then of course only you can make the decision as to, what action to take. I hope that this has helped my Destiny family. Is there anything else that you would, suggestion that you would give to this lady? They have been together for some time, so, probably it's worth trying. I would say try. I would definitely encourage mediation first before you make anything, because perhaps you never can tell. Perhaps he is not even, he's not taking it seriously as to how much you are being hurt by his action. So, like I've said, seek mediation, and I hope that in some way that, you will come to an amicable solution. Perhaps if he's not going to do anything in the household, perhaps you could ask for some money, extra money, whereby you could get somebody in to do one day's work, perhaps just do all the ironing or something like that. I hope that things will work out for you. I hope that there will be some solution to what is happening. Thank you so much for listening, my Destiny family. Until I upload another video, of course it is Torah. Take care.